The Iron Man suit used to have a nose? That's hilarious. Let's find out. At number 10, Tony once operated his suit with his tongue. There's nothing more amusing than the idea of Tony Stark pressing on the buttons on his suit with his tongue. And if you think this is coming from some steamy Tumblr fanfiction, you'll be mind blown to know it's actually something that happened. Back in the first comics, the character didn't have an AI system to help him with the suit via simple vocal commands, and he had to use his tongue to power it all. We're just glad no movie adaptation was attempted back then, or I don't know, man, it would have taken a very weird turn, not gonna lie. At number 9, Iron Man once had roller skates. Okay, so one thing that happened in the comics, and should never be forgotten, is that the Iron Man suit once had retractable roller skates. Yeah, actual roller skates, which he even used during fights. In the 1970s, the creators added skates purely because it was all the rage with young people at the time. The whole idea was a bit strange. I mean, the suit literally gave you the ability to fly, but to each their own. Preferred mode of transportation, that is. The idea was eventually dropped anyways. At number 8, Iron Man joined the Guardians. So in the comics, at some point in the Avengers' career, Tony Stark decided to team up with none other than the Guardians of the Galaxy. Why, you ask? Well, the answer's simple, because he's just too dang fascinated by alien technology and outer space, which, knowing Tony's love for innovation, shouldn't come too much as a surprise. At number 7, Tony went to university at 15. It's obvious he's a brilliant human being, but did you know he graduated from MIT at 17? Fascinating, right? Another fun part is that this means he entered the prestigious university to study chemical engineering when he was only 15. So although he was born into wealth, the man sure has his own smarts to thank for a major part of his fortune. Number 6, Iron Man's helmet once had a nose. The fun fact that might make you chuckle. Around 1974, Stan Lee asked an illustrator of the comic why Iron Man's helmet didn't have a nose, so the illustrator just gave him one. Stan eventually realized that it looked really odd and fortunately agreed to retract it. I mean, just look at it, it's so weird. We're not saying we're relieved, but we're relieved. At number 5, Iron Man's origin location always changes. We all know that the first Iron Man movie, the superhero story, unfolds in Afghanistan. That's where Tony becomes Iron Man and builds the suit. Well, in the comics, he created the suit in Vietnam before. The conflict was changed once again a few years later and became the Gulf War. But obviously, Afghanistan made more sense for a 2008 release, as contemporary viewers, especially young people, would be naturally more familiar with that concept. At number 4, Area 51 belongs to Tony. Coming up at number 4, we have an amazing fact, and this might just be a shocker. I mean, not much of a shocker, but something cool. We've heard that Area 51 is a top secret place the US government uses as a headquarters for extraterrestrial matters. In the Marvel comics, however, it belongs entirely to Tony Stark. The only time it's ever mattered was when Tony needed to use it as a hiding place for one of the Infinity Stones. Like, sure, that's the last place anybody would look while trying to find a strange alien stone, am I right? At number 3, there's a real-life millionaire behind Tony Stark. Tony Stark didn't just pop into Stanley's imagination while he was eating cereal one morning. Stan actually based the character on a 20th century millionaire philanthropist named Howard Hughes. Lee described this man as being one of the most colorful men of our time. He was an inventor, adventurer, multi-billionaire, ladies' man, and finally a nutcase. Sounds like the superhero we know. And number 2, it costs a lot to be Iron Man. He's officially one of the richest Marvel superheroes, and it's even realistically proven now. People at Mashabe did an in-depth calculation to see how much it would cost to be him. Well, adding up everything he owns, including suits, houses, and cars, it would be over $10 billion. And at number 1, Jarvis stands for, where would Tony Stark be without his highly intelligent AI system, Jarvis, which basically seems to be holding his very busy high-tech life together? Nowhere, that's where. But if you thought this acronym meant something nerdy, here's information for you. You might be surprised to hear that it's actually just short for just a rather very intelligent system. Sometimes less is more, but I'm not gonna lie, we expected more. Well guys, that's it for today. Let us know what the fact was that shocked you most in the comments down below. We all hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys next time.